Are you in fashion?
in fashion?
Did you see what she's wearing? Baton shoes. I'm Sonia Sly. My heels are killing me. But I was told I have a backstage pass.
You will need to get the right pass to get behind me, ma'am.
Look, I need to go.
Code red, we have a situation.
I'm taking you inside the fashion industry to discuss trends, the reality behind the glamour, and the highs and lows of a fast-paced industry that never stops. Hi, how are you? So are you actually married? No. So you're designing these dream dresses for everyone else?
Yeah.
I mean, is it on the cards for you?
Definitely one day.
What would your dream dress be, and would you be designing it yourself, you think?
Yes, I would definitely design it myself. I think it'd be like an off-the-shoulder, like sexy.
In the words of Beyonce, if you like it, then you better put a ring on it. And when that ring lands on that finger, it's got to go with an incredible dress. While I might already be married, there's nothing like seeing brides walk down the runway during New Zealand Fashion Week in sumptuous gowns, from mermaid to trumpet silhouettes, a silk sheath with a low slung back, or a modern A-line with the most delicate hand beading. Or how about a tuxedo pantsuit or lace separates? Today there are so many options for brides in an incredibly competitive industry, which according to designer Trish Peng shows no sign of slowing down anytime soon. Trish is based in LA and New Zealand, and for Trish, bridal wear is all about creating show-stopping gowns.
Well, I kind of fell into it, so I knew when I was 7 that I wanted to be a designer.
That's very young.
Yeah, very young. Yeah. And, my parents were like, what about a, lawyer, doctor? And I was like, nope. And they were like, okay, whatever. So I was blessed that they were very supportive.
Trish studied at Whitecliffe College and has been designing bridal wear for around 6 years, but she says officially 3.5. It's not bad for a designer who's already made headlines on the Daily Mail.
I did my first fashion show launch in 2012 at Stony Ridge Vineyard on Waiheke. I started building a little clientele doing custom dresses, cocktail, ball dresses, and then from there, naturally bridal. And it's been incredible, like this market. It's not affected by the economy. People are always getting married. It's the best industry, and people will spend whatever they want on their wedding dress or wedding day.
Because today, it's about topping your friend's dress or even their entire wedding, which means
their budgets are getting bigger, they want more dresses, they want detachable dresses.
Right. Ready to wear, did that just not fit with you?
I did a ready to wear line as well. I did about 4 seasons of it, and I, targeted the corporate, woman, day to night, accessible price point, but I also had bridal. And so my mentor was like, what are you doing? You're charging, this price point, then this price point, and you have to sell about 50 units and you just accumulate stock. So we just flagged that ready-to-wear line.
So, last year at New Zealand Fashion Week, you had the most incredible red gown with the longest train I've seen in my life. Yeah. Like, how long was it?
It was 25 metres long. I designed it to make a statement because it was the finale of the New Zealand wedding show, and so we thought, let's just go big or go home, and we did it red because my background is Chinese.
And that's good luck.
It's good luck, prosperity and whatnot, and so a lot of Chinese women do get married in a red dress as well, and so we thought, let's do it. And then next minute, apparently it broke a world record, and then it turned up on the Daily Mail, so it was incredible. Not what we, anticipated.
I remember actually then the day that I saw it, because it was so long, as the model was going, made her way backstage, it actually got caught in some of the kind of decorations that were, do you remember that? Was that kind of a scary moment for you?
Yeah, well, I couldn't even see anything from behind, but we had quite a few dress rehearsals. And we had all the male models kind of walking the dress around as well.
Yeah, that was incredibly visual, I guess the train almost became like the red carpet itself, didn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. After it appeared on the Daily Mail, did you get any orders for that particular dress?
A lot of Chinese clients came through wanting red dresses, but obviously not that long because it's just not practical.
Yeah. And then knowing that you were Chinese as well, was that the selling point for them?
I think so too, yeah.
What are some of the challenges of being in the industry that you've seen over the past 6 years? Obviously, like you say, there's a growth, there's a growing market. Wedding is huge, isn't it? Like,
huge, yeah.
The whole market, like with magazines and
it's competitive for the dress-wise, because a bride only chooses one dress for their big day, and so it's kind of just showing them the point of difference. And so what we offer is more the personalized experience for each bride, where I literally sketch their dream dress in front of them at every consultation.
Is that right?
Yeah,
that's incredible.
So, they can choose a current design I have, they can mix and match, or usually I sketch their dream dress,
So how many dresses will you have as part of a collection each season?
So I kind of design 8 to 10 designs.
But being based in LA and New Zealand, Trish caters to two completely different markets.
You've got the New Zealand bride who's very, simple, classic, not a lot of poof. They don't like a lot of A-line poof, princess style. But the American brides just want it.
They want to look like a pavlova.
Exactly.
That kind of like the bigger the better.
The bigger the better.
Really, that works for them.
Yeah, they try just one up their friend.
How has it been, like, targeting the market over there? I mean, obviously being based there probably helps as well, but, as a New Zealand designer over there, what are the benefits for you?
New Zealand clients are made in Auckland and American clients are made in LA. We've got 2 different workrooms. They just love the fact that I'm a New Zealander, especially when I talk, they're like, whoa, oh my God, can you just keep talking? Where's this accent coming from?
Yeah.
But they just love that point of difference. They do like the New Zealand style as well. I'm coming in with my aesthetic as well as trying to cater to their market.
With the market over there, do you feel like is it about tapping into kind of like the celebrity clientele?
Yeah, so it definitely is tapping into that celebrity clientele over there, and that's why we still maintain our evening gowns. So it's 90% bridal, 10% evening, just because we don't have enough events here. Over there, it's about 60% bridal, 40% evening. We got really lucky. We created Brittany Daniels' wedding dress. So she was off White Chicks, which is my favourite movie.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
What is it? Sweet Valley High, Joe Dirt. What was great is that we had a feature in People magazine, and People did a whole video series on it as well, step by step, the process of the whole dress.
Wow.
The wedding. And then she ended up inviting me to her wedding, and so I helped her get ready that morning. Oh, it's just so special.
Has that opened up other opportunities for styling and stuff as well?
Yeah. Her networks have now then,
become yours?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then people who open the People magazine then have inquired, and we're getting some momentum from that.
How hard is it to get your gowns in any of the bridal publications? Because I guess that's really important, because each season brides are looking to those as reference as well.
I think it's important, but also Pinterest. That's the biggest tool nowadays.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every bride, back in the day, they would have a little bridal book and they'd stick everything and collage everything. But now it's just I'm a pin it in my Pinterest board. Unlimited ideas.
Right.
Yeah.
So you would have a Trish Peng
Pinterest.
Yeah. Okay.
And hopefully just get pinned a lot.
What do you think your marketing strategy was? I mean, were you kind of hyper conscious of what that was when you started out?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still learning every day, and especially, I just learned how to run a business in New Zealand, let alone in America. So I'm still learning, but New Zealand Fashion Week really helps because it's a show, and so we just kind of think outside the box.
That's right. Staying true to her penchant for a good challenge and designing memorable gowns, this year Trish created a dress made entirely of fresh flowers. It's probably the only time you'll find a wedding dress on the chiller to stop it from, dying. This dress had a lifespan of about, 3 days. It took around 4 people to dress the model on the day of the New Zealand Fashion Week show, and the creation took
over 100 hours. Yeah, we had
painstaking.
About 10 people involved with the creation of the gown, because we had to make it the day before the fashion show.
That's just nuts.
Usually you want to, do 5 hours on it and come back the next day, but because the flowers don't last, we had to just do a whole 11-day.
Where did that idea come from?
Firstly, I wanted to see if I could top last year's dress.
Does that make Trish a glutton for punishment, or a designer willing to push her own creative boundaries? Or both? FYI, the flowers were hand-glued onto the dress. Talk about labour intensive. I know, it's gobsmacking.
Secondly, my new collection's inspired by flowers and their feminine form. So I had, like, every dress is named after a flower, like the lily, the flora. I was like, what can I do? And so Lily and Louie, my PR agency, they look after NFPG, the National Flower Promotion Group. And so they then came on board and we did a collaboration.
How many types of flowers were there in that dress?
About 11 different types. Yeah,
and did you know exactly what types of flowers you were going to use? Or was it just give me what you have and we'll just work with it?
I had a sketch in mind and I showed them my inspiration. I wanted little types of flowers in the bodice because you don't want bulk in the body or the butt because it was like a nice tight mermaid dress. They sourced all the flowers, but they're all seasonal because it's winter. And so they found, all these different types, and I just let them do their thing.
Yeah, that was incredible. So how long, and what would the dress look like now? Have you had to remove the flowers, or what do you do with it?
It's stored in the chiller. It's still there. It's still alive.
Would you expect that you would, be replicating that dress for someone one day? Like maybe one of your celebrity clients?
I'm totally open to it because, a wedding day is one day. The dress lasts 3 days.
But if you were to sit down, like for the dinner, would you be crushing some of those buds?
You probably would, but, we could always, cut up a little split in the back so she just opens it up and sits down.
When it took over 100 hours to do those flowers, how do you handle the stress?
My first fashion show, I had to make 16 outfits or something, and I was sewing all night, day and night. And I was at breaking point, and I was 20 at the time, and I was like, this is so stressful. But my parents say now it's like my stress and my tolerance level for that type of stress is quite high now. Like I just think there's a solution for everything, so you just need to work out the solution.
Obviously you have a very strong aesthetic. You know exactly what you want to do. You're creating those show-stopping gowns, but have you always been, thinking really hard about, what will set me apart from others in the industry in New Zealand? And if so, for you, what is that?
The other stores, you go in and it's more, they stock other designers, you purchase a standard size, and then alterations are additional. And so sometimes alterations can be the same price as the dress. And so what we offer is kind of the whole package. It's like you come in, it's the experience, you get the champagne, you get the goodie bag. We create this gorgeous goodie box for them to take home. And I just sketch their dream dress. They, try on different styles. But at the end of the day, they get a full custom dress, 3 to 5 fittings included, and we do a mock-up as well. I'm on call for each bride, on their big day. One bride, she sat on lipstick while she was wearing a dress, whilst getting ready.
That must have been a nightmare.
Like, what do I do? And we were like, go buy, that sad soap, then rub it.
There are high seasons and low seasons. How tricky and challenging does it get for you, and what kind of pressures are you under?
It was seasonal, but now brides are getting married in winter time. Working with the Northern Hemisphere and the Southern Hemisphere, I'm actually just constantly dealing with brides. Yeah.
Like how many brides at the moment have you got on the go?
Oh my gosh, I couldn't even count.
What are some of the trends that are coming through in bridal wear? How does off the runway, how does that inform designs and bridal wear? Because I noticed this year at New Zealand Fashion Week there were a lot of kind of sort of crop top and skirt kind of ensembles rather than
just giving that versatility. The biggest trend is the whole detachable skirt, so you get the 2-in-1 dress. Those who can't decide if they want the A-line or the nice fitted style, then they go for the detachable skirt. And then a lot of brides are also going for blush colour dresses.
Do you feel like there are any rules to how you design, and look forward, in terms of season?
I always try and be timeless with my bridal collections, or even with brides. Like if they're like, I want a bell sleeve, I'm like, do you actually want that? And so they're like, yeah, actually good call.
So your general design process, when you're designing a collection, you'll have an point of inspiration.
Yeah. And then it's just more to show my aesthetic as a designer, and then from there I design actually for each bride.
In the same way that ready-to-wear designers do collabs with shoe designers or artists or accessories designers, Trish has the opportunity to do collabs too. This one incorporates the wedding tradition of something blue.
I collabed with Miramore. So these earrings that I have on now, in the back we have a little sapphire diamond. These are detachable. Eventually I want to have my own kind of accessory line, shoe line, just like the next Vera Wang, really.
Right, okay. Have you met her at all?
No, I would love to.
So, you know how ready-to-wear looks are often copied as soon as they hit the runway? Well, Trish says she's lucky because she doesn't tend to experience that a lot, but it has happened.
Yes.
Okay, so what was it and when did that happen?
It was so difficult because every silhouette has been created before. It's just how you tweak it with different laces and whatnot. But yeah, I'll be like, I'm pretty sure that's similar to my other dress that I did 2 years ago. That's just the nature of this industry.
And there's nothing you can do?
There's nothing you can do. I mean, you trademark your logo, you trademark your brand.
I mean, how similar was it, or what were the differences between your dress and...
Just really similar, yeah.
Oh, no.
I know.
And was it by another designer, or was it someone who had something custom?
Yeah, another designer.
And, you could have filed a suit against them, surely.
Yeah, but it's just not worth it, Really? You just got to be one up them next time, Be ahead of the game.
What advice would you give to someone who was looking to enter, the bridal industry?
As a designer?
Yeah.
I would say to get as much experience as possible, because I basically only had 1 year out of university where I was, interning, and then I kind of went straight into it. So I'm still learning every day, whereas I think work for a bridal company for maybe 2 years, take every opportunity and being at the right place at the right time, but also just, networking and meeting people, surrounding yourself around the best positive people as well.
So what's next on the cards for you? I mean, other than having an accessories line?
We're growing into the wholesale market. So with the collections that I design, because I'm capped at how many bespoke dresses and clients I can see a year. And so from there we grow like Vera Wang does, where she's stocked in different boutiques around the world with the little collection that I create. Our plan is maybe New York Bridal Fashion Week next.
You've been listening to My Heels Are Killing Me, presented and produced by me, Sonia Sly, and engineered by William Saunders. This podcast is also available on iTunes and Spotify, and now on Stitcher too. If you enjoyed this podcast, you can also check out a host of other great podcasts on the RNZ series and podcast page, including the recent episode of The Science of Vitamin C.